Hello, hello. Coming in here with Sadistic Coconut.
We're live? Nice.
Yep. My favorite violent tropical fruit.
Well, fun fact, a coconut is also a seed and a nut.
Is it not a fruit?
Ah! I mean, a coconut specifically, is a... counts as a fruit, but most fruits, nuts are seeds.
Huh. But I think your layperson would call it a fruit.
Yeah, I think most people recognize it as a fruit.
But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Mirdini's team first.
Right, of course. A final
Nice
lap,
checker
racing
pattern
their way
armor.
to the playoffs.
Absolute stat freaks.
Let's see. It's only 5 stat-ups, it's not too crazy. Only... What is that, one
The
double?
Agility 5 Blitzer is amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's 2 doubles, because Lyman can't get guard base. Huh. Orc Lyman? Can they get guard base? Or am I,
Orc Linos, I think, need to roll doubles.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing which one you're talking about.
Oh, Club has, dodge. On top
Yeah,
of,
that's... Oh, yeah. That's a Blitzer, though. That's not a Lino.
Yeah, I know. No,
So that's one double and then double Agi.
yeah, no, but I was saying, Forza House has guard, and is a Lino. Good old number 10
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
I see.
Yeah.
It's a good thrower
But-
as well. Strength
Yeah,
Plus
any
makes
case.
it a great ball carrier.
Yeah, this team, it's got it's got some good roles behind it, which contributes to massive team value.
And it's got 40k to play with as well. Either dumping it or buying a little something extra. Nice, solid team. I would not blame anyone for thinking that they're the favored. Then we have the wall. Nice set of Chorfs. Gonna get 400 in inducements. 3 guard. Only 1 bull centaur at the moment.
Oh, that's right.
But it's a
I
good
remember,
one. It's
It
got
is a very
Blodge,
good
Mighty
Bull
Blow,
Centaur.
break tackle. Nice
Yeah,
dirty
I
player.
remember watching their previous Bull Centaur get killed, and I guess they just haven't been able to replace him. Yeah, standard Chorf team down the Bull Centaur though, which has got to hurt.
It's got a nice start. A few more games after next season, especially like this will be a solid team.
Yeah, definitely.
A set of doubles on one of the Chorfs, get Claw Mighty Blow. Get the other Bull Centaur leveling. Once you buy it, be off to the races.
Definitely.
Gonna check if they are in match yet. I don't want to talk too much about inducements until they are in game.
Yeah. Can't give the players any ideas. I will say,
It's one of those
For-
things. If both players are
Yeah.
watching the stream, I'm willing to talk about inducements for both. But I don't want to do it if I don't know if they're in stream or if only one of them are in stream.
right.
Specifically for minors in college. Main division, it's much less of an issue. People are a little more experienced in that regard.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, I think you undersold Cyril's team a little bit. They do have a DP Wrestle Hobgoblin.
Yeah, they
And
have a
if,
great dirty player. I think that
If,
can help even
if you're familiar
even
with my
out.
fouling record, you will you'll understand how I feel about fouling.
Plus, where they have so much money to play with, they can They could honestly go double bribe and just be fouling the entire game if they're lucky. You know, and it's one of those things. You could go for the big unit you don't get to see often. You could buy Morg, or you can spend all that cash on a bunch of little things that helps a lot. You know, you get your wizard, you get your bribes, you get a cheaper star, you get a mercenary with guard or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit with that much inducement. So I'm sure Surreal has planned ahead about it a little bit.
You could go a block Minotaur. No, you couldn't. That's a double. I'm used to chaos because I would probably go a claw Minotaur in this matchup because it's cheaper than Grashnak, but way more effective. A Jug Mino, yeah, that's good. It's not bad. Oh, and we are in game. Let's see what all that money was spent on. I personally would have gone probably at least one bribe, maybe a wizard, and a block bull mercenary, I think. Glava, rookie spotlight will be going on after the game. I only have one game to look at, though. No, it's not Kex. It's actually a Majors game that I saw that I wanted to look at. That had a lot of good stuff going on. Let's see, we've got... Looks like the Orcs are starting on defense.
Okay.
We're gonna start... I'm going to be watching this half from the offense side. So I'm going to be watching the entire half from the Chorfs side, and then switching at halftime. So even if there's like a quick score and the side changes, I'll be watching from the Chorf side.
Let's take a quick look at Surreal's inducements then.
Ooh, we got Hathark. I've not seen this one.
He's a pretty mean star player.
That's a ridiculously good star player. That's just like a Bull Centaur you would want on your team.
Yeah, on a Bull Centaur on steroids. I think I
Strength
vaguely
5?
remember.
Block break.
I think I vaguely remember. Yeah, Surreal talking about what star players they might want to get, and Clark is, for realizing how good they were, they decided on that, and a wizard and a bribe,
and a wizard and a bribe. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I would get. This is great.
Yeah. Contrary to popular opinion, Mirdini does have a lot of stat freaks, but I'm of the opinion he has too many, and it's a lot of extra bloat. Well, that extra movement is
extra movement coming in. Well, and I think the thing is, right, the double agi is just great. You know, getting agi 5 on a team that doesn't have a lot of agility, wonderful. Strength up is always a game changer, and move ups remove a dice roll. It's the only stat that removes dice rolls.
Well, the way to start off the playoffs though with Blitz.
All
I gotta say though is
it
better.
Feels like one of those
here,
games right off the bat.
Better here than in my game is what I'm saying.
And this is the moment where you really have to decide what you're going for. I think that I would be trying to develop some sort of hit on the star player. If you ever get a casualty on a star player, it can't be appoed, and it gets rid of a lot of that value from your team differences. Here, I don't think it's very reasonable to get a hit there. So you just take... you might be able to develop a blitz on a hobgoblin. Especially if you're able to hit the dirty player, that's something I would look for. Especially because that's also where the ball is.
It's worth noting, though, that Mirdini has a really deep bench. So they'll almost certainly win the attrition battle. Which is,
sure.
you know, something
especially with just high armor.
Yeah, and I especially find that low movement teams like Chorfs, they really struggle when they're down players. So it'll be interesting to see how Surreal plays this game, especially after getting a bad kickoff event.
I'm liking the turn ordering, getting your players moved, figuring out where you want to go, committing to basing pretty heavily. You gotta hope that doesn't bite you in the ass.
With a 3D bench, like it's very, even if it does, getting 3 casualties without having to worry about claw is pretty unlikely.
I think that's a fine hit to go for. I personally would have tried to, even if it didn't have Mighty Blow, I would have tried to get a hit on the dirty player, make the bribe ineffective, and the Hobgoblin has less armor. That's just my opinion, though.
I mean, this offensive setup, like, isn't ideal for the Chorfs either because of all the guard that Mirdini has. So, like, they can get out-muscled fairly easily, I feel.
Yeah, and Dwarves already struggle against Strength 4 teams. Fortunately, Chorfs have the Bull Centaurs to help with that a little bit. But already, those 3 guard Chorfs are stuck on the line.
I mean, even so, the star player does have break tackle, but still, that's still a loner. So even dodging away from a loner, just there's something about it that just does not feel good.
And I would probably take the free hit on the Black Orc myself. Because you never know, that one hit could break armor, KO them, then be out for the entire game. Or casualty, waste the Appo early, or be out for the entire game. I like this blitz direction, but I would have moved the Hobgoblin on the left side of the pitch first. That's good already.
That's a good start.
It's a great start. And there's the Appo. Right. And it's dead.
Oh, what a way to start the playoffs! What a way to start playoffs!
You know that's a big hit.
Honestly, in some ways, I think they did Mirdini a favor because if Mirdini still wins, they won't have to worry about bloat nearly as much.
Oh yeah, what a nice guy.
Yeah, that's what, a free bribe?
Yeah, something like that. But I think movement ups are 30k instead of 20 from just a regular level up. I don't think movement ups are that expensive.
Yeah, but that guy also had tackle. So that's like an extra 50 onto like the regular player price.
Yeah, but tackle's not bloat. Tackle's good. And we've gotten rid of one of the 2 tackles on the field that could deal with the Blodge Centaur.
That's true. And the other tackle piece is on the opposite side of the field.
Not a fan of taking the loner hit right now. I think that there's some other activations you need to do.
They trusted in the 1 in 36, and it did not fail them this time.
Now do it again on the 5 agility orc. There's an idea. But this is kind of the game that you expect every time you see Orcs against Chorfs. Just death from the very first turn.
It's gonna be a tight game. I can feel it in my
really,
bones.
Mirdini could have avoided that if instead of rolling pushes, he rolled some pals and got his own removal. That's a real rookie mistake. Not rolling sixes.
Just roll more pals, yeah.
I agree, Danny. Like, honestly, that player was level 3. It's not the end of the world. Still a little of annoying if you're partial to some movement ups. I think being turn 1 against Chorfs, I think I honestly would have just let it go myself with an Agi 5 to keep alive with Appo rights.
we'll see if they come to regret it. I mean, they rolled death anyway. Ooh.
It was dead. There's nothing you can do to prevent that.
They went for a 1. Are they gonna re-roll it though? That's a question. I would. Oh, I would just eat it, but not punish it.
Hey, Ratchet, how you doing?
All right. Will they get the ball pickup? Oh, they did not.
Does have the 3-man bench though, so it's still fine for this game. Not going to be out attrition quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, a generic alignment is not the same as a blitzer, but I mean, I guess unless you're Norse, but for Orcs, it's still a body on the field. Like all you need is alignment at the time.
Down for the drive is bigger than the down for the game.
That's true, but the Orcs still have a sizable loop in it. They're not in too bad a spot. Slightly punished, for using the reroll by not getting the ball pickup.
Yep. I don't think that's the end of the world though. I don't think the agility 5 was gonna go for the ball, and without that, it's still kind of hard for the Orcs to get to the ball, unless they bash through the entirety of the Chorf team.
Yeah, the ball's still pretty safe. I don't like the reroll. One die reroll on the Orc. Well, actually, I kind of see the logic behind it. Just making sure your own line is safe. Ooh.
Ding.
Oh, that's a miss next game.
Yep, and this next game is the one you don't use the Apo on. It's already a very violent game.
Yeah.
Another unfortunate armor break. For Surreal.
Numbers are being evened out. Chipped away bit by bit.
More blood, less bowls.
I will say, for someone with a bribe, noticeable lack of fouling.
Yeah, that's true, but it's really hard to develop a good foul after you get blitzed.
Yeah, I guess that's also true that they didn't have to foul anyone because they just killed a man straight up.
Also, I think it's harder to develop a good foul on offense myself because you have people that are committed to protecting the ball.
That's true. Oh, tackle coming in clutch. Burning a reroll from
down rerolls on both sides.
I do find that usually happens though. That if someone takes a gamble and burns a reroll early, their opponent's a lot more likely to do the same.
And that's like a twofold thing, right? One, you don't need the reroll advantage as greatly as you did, but also you have to match whatever good result occurred. And if you're willing to blow a reroll on a play, you're more likely to be in a good position. So that's a pretty good observation.
And did a blitz. Interesting. I actually, that was risky, but it definitely puts Surreal in an awkward spot because he's that bull center on the right,
and like it separates those 4 players from the rest of the team.
Yeah, and that bull center can only go. It has a lot of moves, so it can go wherever it wants, but it just has to stick to one place. And Hobgoblin still does not have the ball.
And this is a tricky turn in terms of turn ordering. That was a unfun alliteration to try to work through.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. That blitz on a blodge blitzer. If he was hoping for a removal, there were a lot better times. But
I think it's less about the removal, and you need to reposition the Chorf. He's the only one you really want to be taking a blitz with anyways.
That's true.
It's kind of... It's a rough game to try and figure out where you're taking your hits. as the Chorfs, especially when you have 5 players locked up on the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
That
another
helps.
injury! Oh my god. That's a guard piece. That's huge.
And a Chorf is about to be free, able to come assist against the Agi 5, bring tackle down.
I mean, I said Mirdini would have a hard time losing the attrition, but maybe I was wrong. First rule of casting in Blood Bowl: if you say something will happen, the opposite will happen.
Also, just Mighty Blows, great skill.
Tell that to my Nurgle team.
Like I'm trying to remember the number, but I think it's something. What is it's like some big number of double or tripling your chance of removal just by having Mighty Blow against an AV9. Because I think it's like a little over double, because without Mighty Blow you have a 7% chance of removing a player with AV9. With Mighty Blow it goes up to like 14.
Yeah. Okay. Break tackle, doing its job. Oh, sure feet doing its job.
Yep.
I can feel Surreal being anxious after that happened.
Alright,
will they...
I'm not... I think you're allowed to not reroll that, because you have both the Bull Centaurs back. You're in a decent position now.
Yeah.
Your Hobgoblin wouldn't be going anywhere anyways.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's fine. Man, it's only the second turn for the Orcs. And they're already, what, 4 bodies off the pitch?
Yep, 2 for each team, which favors the Orcs. Except that one of the removals on the Chorf side was a KO, which might come back. And down 4 level ups on the Orc side from the removals. That's what, 2 Blitzers? Or was that the Lino and the Blitzer? Yeah, it was the Guard Lino and the Blitzer. Now, here on Mirdini's side, I would be really trying to pressure these Chorf blockers with Guard. Like, you can either aggress the ball, now that you have the Chorfs separated, or you can just really start wailing on the Chorfs. Oh no.
Oh, that's rough.
Actually, movement down on a Chorf blocker is not the end of their career. It's a little annoying, but it's not the end. But that's removal per turn for each player. I regret some of my bets now.
Dead Orcs, dead Chorfs. It's worth cheering either way. Man, this game is... It is
violent.
So... Yeah, both these guys really... Like, both these coaches probably, like, offered, like, massive Christmas bonuses or something if they win. Like, these guys are going all out. Probably stuffing their gloves with razor blades.
I have Claw Mighty Blow that does less than these teams do.
I feel that, I really do. Ooh, that Chorf's basically, like, out of the game now.
I'm agreeing with Signwave in the chat. That stat bus is worse for the miss next game, even if Surreal wins, than for the actual stat down. Especially in a playoff environment. Missing positionals can be really hard.
Oh, that's true. The MNG clear is only for entering playoffs, right?
Only for entering it, yep.
Yeah. It's a shame. A Nurgle Warrior had died right before playoffs. If anything else would have been fine.
What levels did you have on him?
It was at 15 SVP, so it only had block. So, like,
it
was not... Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Regen is a lie and something sort of like that.
Historically, my team has first seed of playoffs, but I have failed almost every time I've had death, I failed that reroll, except for Jeff Bezos. Oh, a fireball busted out immediately. Oh! Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's kind of a whiff as well. Normally, you don't want to be using your fireball on your offense, but also because wizards are generally best used for opening up a chance to retrieve the ball.
I will say
that attrition fireball did not pay off. There's a little bit more merit to it because wizards have Mighty Blow on them, and the orc Apo is already gone.
Right. It did stun the Agi 5 orc though. So of everything it could have done, that's probably the best target to stun. Yeah, just because it can slip through a lot of the cracks in the Chorf defenses.
And here's the thing: if that fireball paid off with a removal or two, I still wouldn't think that it's a good fireball. I just think that you need it for your defense now that you're going to be down players. You need it to help stall out the game or open up a retrieval option on one of the Bull Centaurs.
Yeah, like...
Because we have 2 break tackle Bull Centaurs on the Chorf side. It's good retrieval threat.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree. It's just so early in the game. Not having to worry about the fireball is a huge relief for.
Oh yeah, especially because the main threat of the wizard is you have to be on offense around it. You can't do a standard cage. You can't just commit a 1 deep screen. You have to have the 2 deep screen. You have to do a wider cage. Things that open up your play to mistakes, regular mistakes, rather than just wizard-based mistakes. And if you choose not to respect that, you have your 5-man cage, you have your 1 deep screen, you use the lightning bolt, you use a fireball, and you threaten winning the game just off of not playing around the wizard.
Right, okay. Another 1 die on the lineman.
2+ when it's no block against...
Yeah, it's like a GFI.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, I kind of like that, because that means it's only a 1 die for the black orc to try and get out. It's... We're feeling that Chorf all the way on the left, like, it's out of the game, but it's also taking the strength 4 catcher out of the game, so I think that's a net positive.
Absolutely. I do think that it's hard to get out of it at this point, right? It's hard to get out of the base war, but the Chorfs really want to disengage at this point. They're massively outstrengthed. They're down a lot of players. It's going to be a hard game.
It's going to be a hard game. Yeah. Mirdini keeping up the pressure, just basing up. Yeah, that Hobgoblin's going to run out of places real soon.
And really, I think we're looking for an opportunity to do a handoff to one of the Bull Centaurs. Because otherwise, I don't think this Hobgoblin's going to be able to get safely in a cage or to outrun the Orcs.
Oh, they're going for a blitz. Oh, that +1 movement. Oh, that's not good for
3+, 2+. Ball is free.
Ooh. That is not looking good.
And this is where the stunned Agi 5 is going to make a difference.
Alright, like not fouling. Oh, and another... Fixed Skull doing work, but a stun isn't going to cut it here.
One of the Bulls is probably going to blitz off the Black Orc, go for the pickup. That's really the play at this point. You just had to rely on the 75% pickup.
Alright. Now, because that Agi 5 work was stunned, there's a much lower chance of Mirdini picking up the ball this round. So, maybe the fireball will have ended up doing something if Surreal can repossess the ball.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, Mercenary doing the work. The Skull and Pal buddy system.
I think I would just Put the strength 5. You either have to assume you're going to pick up the ball and start running your star player down the pitch to help defend your main bull centaur, or you just full base the blitzers that are on the hobgoblin.
Yeah. Okay. I like this personally. Keeping those to the back. Actually,
You got. I think you have to stand up your players here as well.
Yeah. You know, I actually think one of the better options Surreal has is trying to pick up the ball with their main centaur and just trying to get somewhere safe. Which, for reroll, is a 75%. It's ugly dice, but if it works, the payoff is potentially game saving.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the alternative is dodging out with the hobgoblin, picking up the ball, and then even then, like they still need to do GF5s to get away from basing distance. And even then, like it's not
75% pickup on the blodge carrier. Tackle's going to be based away from the ball.
Yeah, it's
no.
Oh, and they pick up the ball. That's huge.
And sure feet to help you get away. You just had to start running.
They do just have to start running. All right. The question is, are they gonna trust sure feet? And they will. Ooh,
and
sure
you have
feet.
a reroll. I think I would take the last one. You have a reroll because that will take you out of range from the agility blitzer.
I mean, even still, the agility. Okay, they did it. Even still, the agility blitzer would only have a 2 red die. The black Orcs won't be able to go to support. All right. So, is Surreal within scoring distance now?
Let's see, 12, 11, 10. Nope, 1 out of it.
All right. Not bad though. They do still want to stall if they can, which is easier said than done here.
If they manage to entirely break away, if they don't get sacked this turn, they break away. It's a break, tackle, dodge, bull centaur. It's got a 1 in 36 dodge, even if it gets based. So I think they'll be fine. They'll be able to outrun the black orc. Probably able to outrun anything else that comes its way. Except if they free up the rookie lineman that's trapped on the stand firm.
Yeah. Ooh. Block. Good skill.
Block is the best skill. Honestly, to demonstrate how good block is, imagine any stunty team with general access on their stunties. Like, imagine going against flings and they all have developed a little bit and have block. That'd be awful to play against.
That would be horrendous. Ugh.
Playing against 9 blodge.
Oh gosh, Russell, is this what keeps you up late at night? Nightmares of all block link teams.
Yes, but also remembering that I've played like 30 league matches of ogres in other leagues.
Oh,
that also keeps me up.
To say, I'm still in awe of a CCL match where my opponent was playing ogres with only 1 reroll.
That's bold.
Yeah, pro tip, if you want to learn reroll restraint, try that. Play ogres with only 1 reroll.
Play ogres with any amount of rerolls, you'll learn some restraint. You have to eat so many boneheads, and the worst is when a bonehead happens on your blitz, and then you're sad. And then it happens the next turn as well. So you reroll the bonehead, and you get bonehead a 3rd time. No, I don't have mental wounds. Shut up.
I played too much Nerks. I laugh at people's pain too much.
No, I would play 1 reroll vampires over 1 reroll ogres. 1 reroll vampires is enjoyable because you can still do things when you roll 1.
A lot of dead thralls though. But that's their job.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. Who cares about thralls? I've seen Hayati win a game where he had like 3 vampires and that's it for like 14 turns. His team was getting obliterated by himself and his opponent, and he somehow won. It was amazing.
Speaking of thralls though, thralls only have 7 armor. It feels like both these teams have only 7 armor now.
It really does feel like that. It's surprising that there's not a claw or a piling on in this game.
Alright, break tackle doing its job. Oh, one die blitz.
That's a bold blitz. That's a bold blitz.
Not punished though. Maybe they forgot it was plus strength. I think they need to go for the sure feet because that black orc can catch up and
you gotta take your extra movement. One more and you're out of range of being based by the strength 4 and the black orc, and you're free. You don't have to do anything.
I mean, you can still be based by the strength 4 by moving that way. Okay, there we go.
There we go. And now you take your blocks and you hope your team doesn't die and that you still have them for the next drive and the next half.
Yeah, that stand firm Chorf in the middle of all those orcs. That's an MVP right there. Tying up basically a third of the entire team by themselves.
And this is one of those really hard games. I find that I often waste my bribe or waste my inducements by buying a bribe against teams like Orcs just because it's so hard to get into a position where you can actually use it. Especially if you lost the coin toss and you can't choose defense first.
You know what? Better the both skulls then than with sure feet.
Yep.
Always look on the bright side.
As the Orcs here, I'm looking to get a big foul on one of the Chorf blockers.
That's true. They have the bench for it. Oh, you know what? Big. In hindsight, I see a big mistake that Mirdini's done, which is they left their dirty player off the pitch during their defense.
I think that's a slight mistake. I think that fouling on defense is generally easier. Because if you're on offense, to set up a foul, you had to really jeopardize your ball safety.
Yeah.
On defense, you're able to find an isolated player far more often because if somebody gets isolated on one side of the pitch, the offense can't actually devote their players to go and save them all the time.
But yeah, I'd even like leave the dirty player on defense even if it costs like that add like a stat up, just because getting that foul removal with such a deep bench is just so much more worth it.
I agree. I think that's just one of those things. Different players prefer to foul on either offense or defense differently, and I think it also depends on the team you're against. I think against Orcs, I think it's just so hard to find a good foul because you need extra assist, unless there's like a niggle or an AV down.
That's true. I guess Mirdini's strategy was just to go full guard on the line, just outbash. And I mean, the bashing's been about even, but Mirdini has a much deeper bench, so they're still gonna be favorable there. And Surreal's gonna be forced to score. Ooh, first foul!
I like that foul.
Oh, a stun. Alright. Ooh, unlucky. Already sent off. Hold up. What was rolled on that? That was
a double 1 on the injury.
Ooh, that's a shame. It's a real shame.
So it broke the armor, and then double 1 the injury. But if that was a third Chorf blocker out for the entire game, or even just a KO, potentially stay off the pitch.
How are the benches looking right now? Or like the sideline removals? Alright.
We've got 3 off for one side, 3 off for the other.
But one's a KO. Alright.
Yep. One of which is KO. Orcs are going to have 11. Chorfs are going to be at 9 or 10 because they had 12 at the start of the game.
Oh, KO.
They're going to have 8. Three turns to get a touchdown for Orcs with an agility 5 piece.
That's 9 players. That's 9 players. They did have a
1, 2, 3, 4.
They had a sideline.
Oh
goblin.
yeah, you're right.
I forgot about the
It is
local
9.
goblin.
Counting is hard.
You're not a true Blood Bowl coach unless you can't read. And counting past, being able to count past 3 is a luxury. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so Mirdini can still field a full offensive drive. It's going to be pretty tough for the Chorfs. Defense is their game, but being down so many players, it's going to be rough. On the bright side, though, any removals they get now are going to stick.
Yep, absolutely.
Because Mirdini's actually burnt through his bench in the first 5 turns. Which is wild to think about.
I agree, Sinewave. Orcs are going to have fun smacking the Chorfs around now that several blockers are gone.
And, like, if those hobgoblins get taken out, then... I mean, it's real... Like, hobgoblins... They're not worth much, but they're still players on the field.
Yep. If Surreal can prevent the score and or not lose any more pieces this drive, he'll have a solid chance of getting to at least overtime. And for those who are not aware, in overtime format, the rerolls you have at the start of the second half carry over into overtime. You don't get any extra, so reroll management is very important in the second half of playoffs.
That is true. If Surreal can actually hold for this half, and then even if they just get scored on once in the second half, overtime might give them another shot.
Especially depending on how future casualties work out. And, they still have the bribe, they have the dirty player.
That hobgoblin's dead, though. I saw Mirdini just immediately move a mighty blow piece right next to
yeah, that loner's gonna be gone, most likely.
Yeah, probably hit the hob, then foul it, then.
I believe that's a 31% removal chance with Mighty Blow on an AV7. If you get a POW or some sort of knockdown.
Alright, standard anchor formation.
POW.
Oh man,
all man's on LOS. Yeah.
Another way Mirdini could play this is they might not even try and score this half, and just try and go for removals and then aim for a tie and then just win in overtime because of sheer bodies.
Imagine a blitz, right? And your Chorf gets back to the ball and scores again. Orcs would be in a horrific spot. It's just a reroll though.
Oh, ball's
all the way in the back. Scoring's gonna be very difficult.
It's not impossible if in Agi 5 pace.
Trying to develop a 3-die, it looks like.
Alright, so I look for the 2-die. Okay. Hobgoblin.
Gotta settle for the 2-die, because otherwise you have to take the hit with the no-block orc. Or, actually, this now looks like a good foul.
Ooh.
You blitz the hobgoblin, take a massive foul. Dirty player is in position.
That's true.
Ooh, I would hit the loner. I would hit the loner.
Still... Yeah, same.
Because honestly, even if you lose the dirty player, I think that the variability was in your favor with 4 assists.
Yeah, it's, trying to aim for a juicier target. Mighty Blow is understandable, but if you get a free hit off something that's garbage,
that was also Mighty Blow against a AV.
Yeah, and it's a loner, but you get a lot more benefit out of it because you get another +1 to the gang foul. There's just a lot of reasons why you would want to hit the loner.
I'd still think that you take the foul.
Yeah, no. Like blitz, like that blitz on the dwarf. Like instead of doing that, like blitzing the loner off and then egg fouling the chorf.
Yeah, because with the 4 assist, it would have been a 6+ foul with dirty player. Really good. Right now, it's a 7+ foul, which is the minimum that you want. But also being with dirty player, it's better than normal.
Yeah. I'd say it's still
probably go for the pickup first though, because you still want the chance to score.
That's true. That's true. Interesting. Is he gonna go for a pass? Oh, snake eyes. Ooh.
No, I think it would have been a 6+ with dirty player. Because if you have AV9, it's a 10+. Then you get 4 assists.
Oh yeah, 6+.
Becomes 6+.
Yeah.
So that's dirty player. Yeah.
You know, technically, can Surreal score?
Yes. Not this turn, but yes. Can score.
Oh,
this could be devastating.
It could be. Could be. You know what? They were punished for not going for the foul.
Little bit. The foul to save the ball.
I mean, they would have lost their dirty player, but, you know.
That's the dirty player's job, anyways.
It is truly heartbreaking to see snake eyes when they most matter, or when it's something that seems very minor, and then something like this happens. Oh wait, I will say though the ball is next to the star player, so he does not have a reroll for that, or if he does, it's a loner reroll.
It's a loner reroll, yeah. Even then, the regular bull can pick it up after moving some players out of the way, and it's still in scoring range.
Is it? Let's see.
Can get in scoring range, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, and the
9.
Agi5 Orc is on the opposite side of the pitch, so they'll have a much harder time helping out.
Basing up a scoring threat? It's not even in the scoring range. It's okay.
Alright, could get the scoring range. Alright. Oh. Alright. I would...
Going for the pickup of the loner might be the play, though. Just because you can get further distance and it's strength 5 instead of 4?
Yeah, I'd even risk doing the loner reroll on them.
You slot in the stand firm? Yeah,
well,
good.
Yeah,
100% loner reroll.
Yeah. Yeah, assuming though first you I think they're trying to decide
1, 2, 3, 4,
who to try and pick
5,
it up with.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Now will they follow? Will they go for the pickup?
I would assume not with this bull because you would not be in scoring range.
Would you not?
Nope.
3.
Not even with all 3 GFIs.
Okay.
Now
oh, they got it!
Run!
Oh!
Run!
Oh no!
Run!
Has
to move 4 squares to be in scoring range.
So many bracket upsets.
I wonder who I voted for.
Who did I vote for? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I can't either. I hope... I know who I hope I voted for.
I remember seeing that Mirdini was the favorite to win by a lot of people because of his stat up freaks.
Oh, I rooted for Surreal. I had faith. We all believed in Surreal, all 2 of us.
Oh my god, so many people voted for. I mean, it's not over yet by any means.
Oh no, absolutely. But it's a very exciting game when you see such a upset coming in.
Yeah,
Oh, the snob the non-believers. Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
We knew all
I believe.
along.
Yeah, I believe it was about roughly 90% of people voted for Final Lap to win, and a massive chunk of people voted for them to take the whole thing. Man, this is gonna be quite an upset if Mirdini wins. I will say though, like
Now, it was
one.
possible to get a 1-die before, I think. Maybe, but I think that the best hit was actually just red dice. Because you would need 2 assists to get a strength 3, a 1-die there. This should be a very safe ball. The jug break tackle is going to make it very easy to score. Oh, this is exciting.
Can happen. Anything can happen though. I was like going into this. Surreal had a massive advantage having such efficient TV. Because although Mirdini's team is good, I am still of the opinion that too many stand-ups can be a liability at times.
I think more so in CCL than in a perpetual league. I don't think that Surreal's team was TV bloated. I think that all the TV was used effectively, except maybe one or too many line orcs. But ended up being needed this game anyway, so I'm not even sure I would say that.
Dude, it's always a tough call to make.
Yep, this is just straight break tackle with a loner reroll. 1 in 12 to score. Well, 1 in 12 break tackle because the reroll's not guaranteed. With a 1 in 36 GFI from Surefy. Honestly, like, this wasn't even a Mirdini did something wrong, just the ball scattered horribly because he was trying to go for the equalizer.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, in hindsight, you could say, oh, they could have planned around this, but like, how can you plan around something that random?
You couldn't plan around that scatter.
Planning around getting struck by lightning, alright? Yep. Oh, heartbreaking. The GFI failed.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, I feel
At
that.
Worst, 1-0 lead for Surreal. At best, 2-0 lead. And a very hard game for the Orcs to come back on.
I mean, the Orcs still have a body advantage, and with that Agi 5 Orc, they definitely have a lot of scoring potential.
It can definitely go for the equalizer, go for the overtime win, but you have to go for a very aggressive second half. Chain push is possible, yeah. With double GFI from the Bull Centaur? I like that. I like that a lot. Well, actually, with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 GFI from the Loner Hobgoblin gives a...
Yeah, that's that.
No, actually, you can just chain push straight to the side. You can chain push straight to the side. But you'd have to take 2 GFIs with the Bull Centaur. But break tackle might be better. Because that's 1 in 36, 1 in 36.
Does Mirdini still have a scoring threat, Barry? If
no, not a scoring range.
Okay.
Something. Develop your scoring threats first, because you never know what happens.
Oh, I mean that's. Oh, I mean that's SPP going on. You know, a rental, but still, that's.
You know what? If these players are anything like me, I will lose my entire team to win playoffs. Or win a playoff game.
Because of my own experience with my team, it has gotten to the point where if one of my key pieces dies, I shrug and say, "All right, you killed a piece I like. You're not leaving this with a team."
Oh, what is this? No animations? Lack of excitement? You know, just for you, Mongoose, turn the animations back on.
There we go. Oh man, this I sincerely doubt that Mirdini is going to be able to like win in their own half. So this, if they tie up, it's going to go into overtime. It's going to be something crazy.
Putting on just armor breaks does the touchdown animations as well. Don't worry, and the fouls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh my gosh, what a game! Chorfs scoring 2-0 while outnumbered. Now that is not something I thought I'd see. All right, but this is definitely a foul, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, you want to keep your man advantage. It could be. If it's a KO and it stays off, it's worth. But only if you knock down the other two pieces and are able to get a massive foul, I would say.
Yeah. It's like you go full foul or bust.
But you could also argue that you're going to go for 2 fast turns anyways. You might just want the man advantage already. You might just want to foul on the next drive.
I mean, at the same time, it's also the kind of situation where if you're in a desperate situation,
you got to go for the high variance play.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to gamble. Like, if you're in a corner, if you're caged in the corner, you may as well go balls to the wall, and take a leap of faith, if it'll bring you back in the game. I say this, and then I'm having flashbacks to one of my college colleagues dodging Saurus on a whim. It almost giving me an aneurysm. But still.
Is this a one-turn setup? That's actually a good question. We have a movement 7. We would need 4 pushes. With the so 2 GFIs is 9. 4 pushes to get to 13. This could be a one-turn setup. And this is looking right from what I can tell.
Yeah.
No reroll for one-turner, though.
I'm so used to playing like low movement teams that one-turn touchdowns are still voodoo magic to me.
Yeah, because it looks like we can push the Hobgoblin diagonally into the Black Orc to push the Blitzer, get a sideways push, get another. Then you make a funnel. Try to get 2 more pushes. I think it's possible. Yeah, you need 4 pushes. I think it's possible. I know if he had a frenzy piece, he could do 100%. Saw just the other day. Saw Shadora do a amazing Norse one-turn touchdown. It's absolutely beautiful.
Did they win?
Yep. If you wanna prevent the one-turner, you had to split up your players, make it harder. Unless you're against triple frenzy, then it doesn't matter what you do. But separating's probably still a little harder. He's too far over. Does he need to be 1 more to the right, Mongoose? I think. Maybe. I think it's still possible. He's going to have a hole to fill? Yeah, yep. I think you're right.
Nice. Oh man, it's surreal getting those extra rerolls, but they don't matter.
Mirdini would have loved one of those.
So
honestly, having a cheerleader and not winning the reroll, it's rough.
Oh, that is rough. Alright, so second half, what we need to happen is a pitch invasion where Surreal's entire team gets stunned.
Security gate.
Oh, security. Oh,
no pitch invasions. No riots. And that's a great topic of discussion as we watch somebody else do chain pushes instead of thinking about them ourselves. What is your favorite, like, stadium enhancement?
Honestly, I'd say it depends on the team.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I personally, I hate rocks. Goodbye, rocks.
Rocks are pretty bad.
I think this was a mistake.
I mean, if there was something,
It was a POW anyways, so it doesn't matter. But I think there was. I think the setup was a little bit off because a push was wasted there. But this just looks like a foul setup now.
we have abandoned Plan A, and now we are moving to Plan B.
It should be a 6+ foul with dirty player. No longer a 6+ foul. That's instead a 7+. No, it's still 6+. Am I dumb?
Oh, that's an injection, I believe. But
Yeah, that's 1 for 1 though for a Chorf blocker.
yeah, and being up players, that's worth it for sure.
Yep. Oh, we might see an overtime.
Mirdini, very unlucky with the fouling so being ejected both times.
Now, if that was a Bull Centaur, that'd be even better. The Bull Centaurs have been doing magic this game.
Does the hop
2 pickups without rerolls, 2
that
touchdowns.
Hop does not want to come back at all. They know what's coming. They see what's happening.
It's okay. It's okay. He might have 2 more chances to come back. If there's an overtime, he'll probably be back.
That's 3 failed KO rolls on that one hobgoblin.
A Chorf Daka. That would be good. We're gonna go over to the Orc side, swapping screen positions for the drive since the Orcs are gonna be on attack. Still a lot of potential for harassment from those Bull Centaurs. Now, it is now what? 3, 6, 8 to 10?
Right.
Yeah, 8 to 10. So the numbers are a lot more even than I would have expected.
Yeah, for such a deep bench, especially. Surreal also still has that bribe, but being down players, it's a lot harder to use.
I think it's one of those things, right? If you have to choose to take a big foul or not, depends on the team. So if you have to decide if you want to be 9 to 11 or 8 to 10, I think I would choose to be 8 to 10 versus Chorfs, who are slow, and they need those extra players to fill in their screen. But against elves, I think I would rather have more players than lose one trying to remove an elf.
Yeah.
But against control teams, like Camry would be another good one. I would rather just both of us go down a player.
Ooh, that's
another horrible position in a perfect defense.
Oh.
But now you have to not overcommit because if that ball scatters and it gets to just go into a player's hands, could be devastating if you overcommit to playing the ball. And I think putting another guard Chorf on the line is one way to do it. I think just not losing players in case you win this game is another way to think about it, Mongoose. But I don't have 2 Super Bowl wins, so I would advise people listen to Mongoose on that one. Yeah, and also with the kickoff return being used, the most probable ball carrier is over on the right side, but it could just go to the agility 5 orc. Keeping one bull centaur center as a sweeper, I like that a lot. But if I'm the orcs, I'm looking to punch the hobgoblin, try to get through that line of scrimmage and blitz that guy.
Goodbye, hobgoblin.
Another KO. I wonder if he's going to come back before the other one.
No, it's a loner. He's actually just, he saw what his friend over was doing. He's pretending to be. He probably has the right idea. I think I'd probably blitz that other goblin in the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I think Mirdini's only real option is to
I
try
have started a prediction. Which hobgoblin will come back first?
I think Mirdini's only real option is to try and go for a quick score and then.
Trying to go for a quick score, heavy basing. Removal would be massive, but these bull centaurs aren't actually tied down. They both have break tackle.
Yeah.
And the non-star player has break tackle dodge, so he's got a 1 in 36 dodge out of most situations. Especially if the break tackle isn't used, it can do magic. Because break tackle is only used once a turn, dodge is only used once per turn. If they both blow on the first dodge, a little rough, but could do a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, and this ball is not safe.
Yeah, not at all.
Because this could be a hobgoblin punch. Then you take your star player, take a dodge into a 2-die.
Yeah.
Or the other way you can go as well.
I mean, theoretically, I don't even think they need to do a dodge. They can do a GFI with sure feet instead.
Hobgoblin can roll a push and it's still blitz. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on 2 dice because it's strength 5.
Yeah, but the black orc's in the way, so like.
No, yeah, but you have break tackle. You have break tackle.
Yeah, no, that's if they want to like reduce the risk of break tackle, because technically isn't a roll with sure feet safer than break tackle?
Because
that's double.
Not
that's
really.
Double
not really.
Because that's double ones, and break tackle is a 1 plus followed by a 3 plus.
Why would that be the case?
That's a break tackle.
It uses your strength instead of your agility for a dodge.
Yeah, but if you fail the break tackle, don't you switch back to your regular agility?
No, it's if you fail the agility roll, you use break tackle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the other way around. So if you succeed on the dodge naturally, you don't use break tackle.
Okay. Okay, but so yeah, a GFI with sure feet is safer because that's just
Oh, you're right. You're right. I was not. You're talking about for this play with a loner star play. Yeah. My brain was not clicking. What point you were trying to make there?
Hafark does seem like they give players a hard time thinking.
Yep. You know what they say. Actually, those who can't do, teach. Those who can't teach, cast.
This is actually pretty disastrous for Mirdini.
It really is. Still recoverable. Strength 4, agility 5s. Needs to get a fast score, needs to protect the ball. Now just imagine the situation, but also had to dealing with a wizard.
Yeah, that's true. Well, at the same time though,
The wizard did prevent a pickup by the agility 5, and that
yeah,
got us into this
that's
position,
the thing,
and
right?
yada yada.
Like,
But I still don't think it was a good wizard.
though, okay, so I'm in the camp where the wizard result itself wasn't great, but because the wizard happened when it did, it gave Surreal the opportunity to score and keep the balls, which would not have happened if they hadn't used. So it's like it's a kind of thing where technically the wizard was the incorrect play, but he got a touchdown because of it. So
Yeah, and that's Blood Bowl, baby.
yeah, that's Blood Bowl. It's like
And I
it
agree,
was a
Mongoose. I think the
gamble that
Orcs need to
paid
get a
off.
scoring threat.
I'm one of those weird people who actually prefers fireballs to lightning bolts. Mostly because a lightning bolt is one roll, and if that fails, it's worthless. But a fireball is multiple rolls, and it also intimidates your opponent. That was triple skulls.
Yeah, that was almost really sad. But as you were saying, fireball.
Yeah, fireball is it's multiple rolls, and it leaves an intimidating scorch mark on the pitch.
Yes. I actually have been converted by watching rookie games. I actually think the fireball is much more useful than the lightning bolt than I used to. Lightning bolt is very much if this can guarantee you recovery option or prevent a score, you should take it. But the fireball opens up recovery, attrition, and other things as long as you're using it a good fireball. So the other day I was playing a game where I used a fireball on 3 players, and any of them going down gives me a chance at getting the ball. So I had a 1 in 8 roll rather than a 1 in 6 to fail, because if all of those rolls came up duds, it would have been a 1 in 8 odds. But the 7 and 8 was so much better than just a lightning bolt.
Yeah, exactly.
And I ended up getting a lucky three knockdowns with it.
Yeah, like if there's
great.
one premier target you need to get rid of, and it has to be that target, lightning bolt's the way to go. If it's a generalized alright, there's a mosh pit of stuff, and if any of that goes down, good for me. Then fireball can work, but using it in this circumstance, using it early paid dividends. Yeah, that was actually a really lucky fireball in hindsight, because if it was the other way around in terms of results, Mirdini would still have gotten the ball.
I agree. Both wizard spells are great.
But, that's
sorry
speculation.
to interrupt you, Coconut.
My massive not a pyromaniac, I swear. Everyone I've played against will tell you otherwise, but don't listen to them.
I really have to apologize to everybody you've played, since you've taken inspiration from words I've said. I said, hey, if you're gonna base everybody, and then you've become just a murder machine.
Hedgeduck actually has a much higher kill rate than I do. I attribute a lot of my success to a block Beast of Nurgle and NP's advice to foul constantly.
Especially with routers.
Yeah, double. It was weird because in college I went with double DP router. In hindsight, I think that was a big mistake because you really need the practice skills early as Nurgle. But now that I have those practice skills, having the double DP has been very useful for fouling. I unfortunately lost one of them mid-season, but I still have the other.
I think was it the Mission Impossibles that you were just brutally efficient in your slaughter against?
Yeah.
I remember just you removing all but 2 players.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of fouling is your best friend.
Fouling is the best way to kill players.
Which brings up the point that Surreal has yet to foul.
With a bribe, right?
Yeah, with a bribe. On bribes, I feel like 2 bribes is a lot, but I feel like usually, unless you're like goblins or something, more than 2 bribes is a mistake. Because usually you don't get the chance to foul that often.
I would say it depends on what you're giving up to get the second bribe, and I think it depends on if you're against Norse and you bring 2 bribes and you have a dirty player, you can pitch clear the Norse even if you use one.
I'm saying like more than 2 is usually like too much.
Can you buy more than 2 unless you're goblins? I thought only goblins could buy 3.
Oh, that's a good point. I never tried. Oh, that's another removal.
Yeah, that might be game changing.
Oh, they're using the Apo.
Power Apo. Power Apo.
Power Apo.
I think that's a good call there.
Yeah, that player has done so much work for the team. I do think Mirdini needs to.
I think Chorfs are still favored from this point because even if the Orcs score, they have to get the ball from the Chorf.
Yeah, yeah, and like if the Blodge Centaur gets the ball, they can just do keep away, and that's probably good enough.
Huh? Everyone can buy 3? Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just 2. I would never buy 3. I would buy 2 against like Norse or what else? I didn't know.
You don't see it often, but yeah, you can get 3. But yeah, I usually think like 3 bribes unless you're goblins is a mistake, and even then, like
absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah. This is in no way a form of implicit bias from my fouling record. Because every time I have purchased a bribe, with one exception, I did not have to use it until very last turn.
It also really depends on, are you going to foul anyways? If yes, you may or may not need a bribe.
Yeah.
Babes might be better, sort of thing.
Oh, that GFI hurts.
You had to reroll it to keep the ball safe. That being said, this ball is blitzable.
Yeah, break tackle is a really good skill.
Break tackle with dodge makes that not terrible odds.
Yeah, that
but it would be through tackle. It's actually bad. Ignore me.
Is it through tackle? No,
yeah. Blitzer, the movement blitzer has tackle.
So like, if they dodge in, oh, that's right, because
bull behind can.
Actually,
yeah. But, honestly, star player break tackle dodge, go for it. I don't hate that.
Does tackle actually proc if you dodge into that player's tackle box? I thought it was just if you dodge away from
them. It's just any dodge.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the rear break tackle charge is brutal. Yeah, no, if Mirdini loses the ball now, that could be backbreaking.
Even if he doesn't lose the ball.
Yeah, it's still a really ugly spot.
Honestly, your better option might be just blitzing the movement up blitzer so that there's no scoring threat, so that the score can't happen for another turn. That's exactly what Mongoose is saying. Yep, there you go.
Alright, that's how you know it's a good play.
Honestly, yeah. Mongoose is a great coach. And there we go. Just the push. That's not a score this turn.
See, I think part of me, in that situation would get a little greedy and sort of like do the side push and follow to threaten the surf.
Could you say that again? My mind just kind of, shoosh.
Oh yeah, like they pushed back the blitzer. Like the alternative there could have been like instead of pushing him diagonally, they could have pushed him like directly adjacent and like followed so that they were in front of being surfed.
I don't like that nearly as much because the blitzer would still be in scoring range on double GFI. And also, you don't have enough players to be able to commit to basing him against the sideline.
That's true.
I think if you had the player advantage, sure. If you were even players, sure. But I think that being down all your Chorf blockers, except for 2, I don't think you can afford to do that.
Ooh. Mirdini also only has 1 reroll.
Yeah, and overtime format. So even if it goes to overtime, he still will be limited to that reroll and whatever else he gets from kickoffs. I thought that was going to be another removal.
Alright, just a stun, but that still matters.
But yeah, Mirdini needs to score next turn, and then he needs to get a lucky kickoff location into other lucky dice to go into overtime to have a chance.
Mirdini also had the blitz at the very start of the game, too.
Yeah, it's an amazing recovery by Surreal. Committing a lot of players to tying up the star. This is not looking good.
Yeah, even if Mirdini scores next turn, that's 3 turns to steal the ball back. Score
against against the Bull Centaurs, who have been doing a great job of picking up the ball. And if the ball gets on the star player again, it might just be nigh impossible to turn it over.
Yeah, that Bull Centaur star player is a menace.
Well, most star players have something that's a little questionable on them. But this Bull Centaur's, like, you would want this on your team every game.
Yeah, it is, like, nothing about it is bad. And they were able to afford that, a bribe, and a wizard.
How many move downs do you think you could put on that star player and still want it? Because 1, if it's move 5, you definitely still take it. If it's move 4, do you still take him? I think I might.
Yeah, move 4, still take him.
He's too expensive? Yeah. It's probably why you don't see him very often, because he's so expensive. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it reminds me of Borak for Chaos. Another really good star player. Strength 5, Chaos Warrior with Block Mighty Blow.
It's the bare essentials.
Grashnak is another great one. Strength 6 Minotaur with no nega trait. But I think the problem with Grashnak is, if I'm going to buy Grashnak, I'd rather get a Mercenary Minotaur with claw or tentacles. Because like a Mercenary Minotaur with tentacles is great against like Wood Elves. Claw Mighty Blow Minotaur that you don't have to have on your team for every game. Great against tin cans like Orcs or Dwarves.
It's like a Walmart Beast of Nurgle if you get tentacles.
Yeah, basically.
That's a long way. Man, it's crazy how close a game is in spite of like all the removals. Like Surreal has done an excellent job just holding in spite of like
that's true, Mongoose, but you also can afford a wizard.
All right, Mirdini
I like
needs-
basing. Probably doesn't do much against Agility 5.
You never know. They could roll Snake Eyes again.
They could roll the 1 in 36 for sure. But not super likely. 35 times out of 36, you're fine with this. Mighty Blow tackle hit. Coming in.
Right, and Mirdini needs to score. There's no way they can. They took a 1 die. 1 reroll left. My God. I guess they're trying to get more hits off to give themselves a better chance. Okay, I can see that.
I think that was super greedy. I think you have to just score.
Yeah, well, it was definitely very greedy. Oh man, this game. Will Mirdini be able to score a second? I'm thinking the blitz or something. All right.
Like, kickoff events can really decide the game here.
The important question though: Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
Will they come? Who will come back? Oh, is that the loner?
I think it's the loner.
Oh man,
It's the loner.
That's unlucky. That I mean, on the right side, it's just a hobgoblin. So you know, it's not that big. It's not the end of the world, but 4 KO failures. Oh my lord.
Is Blood Bowl good? Points for my thoughts. Yes, I love Blood Bowl. But it can be very frustrating at times just because RNG elements in a game can make them more interesting, but sometimes just kill your mental when it all goes to shit.
You gotta be able to laugh at times when everything just hits the fan.
I think the most interesting thing is being able to decipher whether something was a good play or not, regardless of the results. But also having to realize that sometimes the best play is very low odds play, just because that's the only thing that can win you a game.
Yeah. It's a game of just a game of risk assessment, and just gambling.
All things that work are good plays. I didn't think of it that way. 10 out of 10.
Unless,
if you don't roll 6s on your plays, it was a shit play.
Unless you're halflings, in which case, like, every play you make is a bad play.
Unless it's fouling. That's a good play.
I have my own playoff match on Sunday, and even if I lose, my goal for the season was to hold the biggest fouling record. So as long as I keep that, I'll be happy. Nothing else matters.
If you kept it for main season, that's good enough.
No, it's at 43. The nearest runner-up is like at least 10 off.
Ah, yeah, there you go. You might hold it for playoffs as well. I don't think there's merit to basing up here. Like, oh, actually, it stops the blitz shenanigans, but super risky in my mind. Because you don't... Trying to set up for just the blitz risks the entire drive.
Okay, they're backing off a bit. They're going with the bull
Having
center.
the break tackle on the line is great to prevent the blitz. I like that. I like that a lot. And I do like the Orcs going for the very aggressive line defense, trying to pressure and get the turnover.
Oh.
Oh!
it's a blitz. Oh, but they can do some stuff. Man, the hyper
Only 3 players could activate.
Yeah,
Good
so
decisions
it's
to
not a
base
perfect
the
blitz.
entire line of scrimmage like that.
Mirdini must have been thinking, all right, what if they get another blitz? Or no, Surreal must have been thinking that. What if they get another blitz? Let's do this. Very,
Yeah,
very
it was
clever.
very, very well done.
Like, the fact that they're putting out a blitz the very first turn, they probably made them think, you know, knowing my luck, it'll happen again. Ooh, oh, and then this tackle. Oh, that's great.
It's probably more, what's the worst possible kickoff event, and then you play around it. This game might go to overtime.
It might. Oh, but Mirdini only has 1 reroll left. Oh my gosh.
Where that ball scatters can decide the game. If it scatters off the pitch, very good for Surreal. Can probably give it to the star player.
Yeah, give it. Yeah.
Run away a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. There. That was a play.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay. Okay. So, because Mirdini dodged that orc the way they did, that actually makes the break tackle escape harder.
Yes, for sure. But what can happen still, you blitz, you bring an assist in, or you cancel an assist, then you blitz the black orc and run away. Because if you get a push on the black orc, you can take the 2+ break tackle dodge away.
That's nice. Oh, you know what? Mirdini probably should have based that Chorf all the way on the left, that line orc. Because
Yeah.
that would have, yeah.
This looks to be, you block the agility, then you bring in the other Chorf blocker for an assist. Actually, you can bring in the Chorf blocker for an assist now on the side. You just need a push on the black orc with the blitz.
Oh, tackle. Default tackle, good skill. All right. Oh. This break tackle dodge could decide the game.
Don't even have to take the block now, but I probably would just because jugs. 2 dice.
Oh.
Yeah, that should be game right there.
Unless, you know, they do GFI, Snake Eye, and then, like,
With
knock down.
sure feet, though. With sure feet.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Yep, that's, you know, got the blitz, ball went out, was handed off to the Chorf.
Yeah, I will say though, like, if you describe this game, if you just saw the scoreboard of this game, and tell someone, hey, someone got 2 free blitzes, you would not think it was the Orcs that got the blitzes.
Correct. Does he still have 1 die? That's red dice with an assist. It's still red dice. Would have to
Oh,
take
is he
several.
gonna foul that
GFs.
Orc as well? Oh no,
I don't hate it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Oh,
hate
he
it.
could. Oh yeah, that's the Agi5 monstrosity. Do it.
Yep.
Foul. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Here comes the bribe for a double 1 armor break.
Ooh. Come on. Oh.
Oh yeah, okay. You take it. That would still only be red dice because that would be 4 versus 5.
They still have a ton of options. It's definitely not over.
With a GFI, it becomes a 1-die.
That loner goblin's a bit of a pain now. Like actually, because that is something you have to get rid of before you can like follow back and like to get.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, Mirdini got some terrible dice on the game deciding outcomes. Primarily just not the fact that the Bull Centaur pickups worked, it's just that they worked without a reroll both times. And the scatter off the pitch on his pickup was probably the most game deciding moment that happened.
This is a tense game.
Oh no! Gotta reroll it.
Got it. Oh! Oh, you hate to see it.
That was a good discovery on the blitz, though.
I could not tell you how many touchdowns I lost because of snake-eyed reroll blitzes.
You just run it in here. Run it in, secure the game.
I mean, they could fill the touches and then roll a 1 on the break time. And then the Orcs still have a chance.
Yeah, sure, but you could also just 1 in 12 the dodge and win the game.
Okay, yeah, there you go. They're setting stuff up.
I agree, Mongoose. He did get 2 blitzes. Almost got a score off the first one.
The lucky fireball, though, prevented it.
I think that was actually probably not a very lucky fireball. If it was lucky, it could have knocked down all 4 players and been an easy score.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like it's like it only got 1 down, but it was the most important down.
Yeah, and it was only a stun. Like if that had been a removal, it could have been even crazier. But I think that Surreal has played pretty well, especially being down 400 TV. I think the only thing that I would say is instead of a bribe, he should have gotten a babe. That way, this Hobgoblin would be on the field. And just because it's so hard to set up good fouls on Orcs.
Part of me is hoping this the break tackle fails. Yeah.
Then you gotta reroll it, and the reroll worked.
Oh.
1 in 12 dodge worked, and that should be game. Unless, like, it would take the most crazy shenanigans for this to change, but oof.
So many betting brackets are gonna get upset by this.
My bracket's gonna look great.
There's so many people called Mirdini the favorite. Now, the question is, does the Hobgoblin wake up?
No!
Wake up!
Yes, it did!
They wake up as soon as they know they won the game. It's like, hey, guys.
He's going right under the line of scrimmage. and the star player goes on the line. I like that. Team conservation. Let's take a look at the injuries again. We've got the movement down on Guard Mighty Blow. It's a little rough. Got a badly hurt. And we got a miss next game, but you could always replace Sleepy to get rid of the MNG.
Down 2 Chorfs for next game. That's actually kind of rough for... Man, they're going to have so much inducement money again.
Yeah, the one of them, though, you can replace. Like, I would replace Sleepy. He's only got 2 SPB.
How much money does...
playoffs.
I think Surreal only had 130k left in the bank.
That's enough to replace that one.
Yeah, but they were down a Bull Centaur.
Oh, yeah. If you get good winnings, you can still do it, I think.
Let's see. How much is a Bull Centaur?
I think bull centaurs are 110, 130.
Okay, 130. How much is a Chaos Dwarf blocker?
I think 60. I think they're like super cheap.
130. So they would need to roll at least a 4 on winnings.
They also have +1 fame.
Yeah. It is. Man. So
You don't
real
want rookie bull.
accurate.
I can agree with that. I think the Chorf blocker is more important than the rookie bull.
Yeah, I mean the thing is as well that Surreal has the lowest overall TV of anyone in playoffs right now, and even though Mirdini had the highest TV at around 1810, Surreal's still gonna have the luxury of all the inducements that they need, and that star player subbing for a rookie bull centaur is pretty good. Like their team is actually in pretty good shape in spite of what it's missing.
I was hoping that was another KO on that hobgoblin.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my
Calculated.
Lord. Oh my god. That was...
I agree, Mongoose. I think that Surreal got a little lucky on some of his dash rolls, but I thought he made the right decisions regardless. Save for the fireball. I still disagree with fireball. It worked,
yeah,
but I still disagree with
fireball is... This...
It was not the worst fireball because the Apple was already gone. Go for the attrition fireball on the agility 5 and some black orcs and whatnot.
Yeah,
I just generally don't like attrition fireballs.
Yeah, I think the intent of the fireball was fishing for removals, but even though the fireball didn't do what it was originally intended, it stunned the Agi 5 orc, which would have otherwise probably picked up the ball. And it would have been a very different game if it wasn't for that fireball.
Friendship foul?
Alright, yeah, friendship foul. Please tell me. Oh! I will say,
3 for 3 send-offs.
Mirdini has been criminally unlucky with their fouling. Oh my god, that's 3 for 3 on the field fouls. That is very, very unfortunate for Mirdini. Oh man. At the same time, though, I don't think you can say someone. I don't think you can say someone gets diced if they got 2 free blitzes. So that's a friendship foul too, right?
You know, it would be a little bit less friendly. The Hobgoblin's a rookie. But it's still, fair, sir.
Look at it this way, right? If he doesn't friendship foul, that player can dodge out blitz and then kill a Chorf lineman, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it is obviously the correct play to foul. It seems mean, but it's all about minimizing risk.
It's one of those things, right? It's like in wrestling. In wrestling, if you only give half effort, somebody's going to end up hurt, and it might be you. So if you're scared about hurting the other person, you're going to get yourself hurt. Same with Blood Bowl. If there is if your opponent's passing turns, not standing up their players, you don't have to foul them every turn if you don't want to. But it is completely within the rules of the game, within your rights, yada yada.
I lost my only sacker because my Wood Elf opponent picked up their last remaining player on the pitch, did like 3 GFIs, and did a 1 dice fight blitz. So, okay. No, I would definitely foul there because I take no prisoners and I take no chances.
And that's fair.
But Surreal is a much kinder. If we end up facing each other in playoffs, I will make sure to exploit that weakness. I mean, to encourage them to continue their sportsmanlike conduct. Oh, that fine hand, he's KO'd again. Actually, was that the same guy?
No, that's the loner.
No, wait, that was the loner. Yeah, that was a loner. So he was the other one who was KO'd but came back. And that looks like game.
Absolutely. And then you just got to figure out who you're hitting with your Mighty Blue Bull Centaur. Try to get that next level or closer to it.
It's gonna friendship foul. Please tell me they get KO'd again.
They've spent like 2 turns on the pitch. And another send off.
4 for 4. Oh my. Oh no. What? Okay, that is kind of. I'm sure Surreal like spent a lot of money to like bribe that ref or something. That is outrageous.
He did buy a bribe.
It's been a real big bribe. All right. Now, is this?
What if buying bribes actually just made it so that your opponent's more likely to get caught and sent off?
Maybe
interesting.
Top secret mechanic. You heard it here first. Buy a bribe and it increases your opponent's chance of getting caught. I'm still seeing that plus movement like Blitzer. there's a part of me that's just like itching. Just like ready to foul.
This is the real test of character and of opinions on fouling.
I mean, I won the sportsmanship Nuffy last season, and I would foul this immediately. So
after saying GG, that's how you get it. That's how you do it. I also I would have done it with the star player though, because I would want to see the Bull Centaur foul animation.
Oh, that's true. All right, but no. Thrill is that kind of foul. Oh. And that's game. Alright, let's check out die rolls and the inducements. Oh!
Absolutely.
Grumpy with a level
Oh,
up.
Sleepy leveled. You might not want to actually replace him now.
Oh, that's...
Oh, that's actually like a curse of a level up.
Yeah, that's...
That makes it a decision. Oh.
It does. It does.
That's actually interesting. But also, it's hard to say that Final Lap got diced when they had 16 armor breaks to 3. I don't know. 54 blocks to 31. Lots of SPP, though, on both sides, except for cover that up. It's not real. It's not a star player.
Clark got two touchdowns, though, which, you know, is a shame. But 12 SPP, not bad.
Final Lap, pretty good armor. Great fireball resistance. Great dodging. GFIs were a little low. One of those was the snake. Or 2 of those were the snake. Block dice were amazing for Final Lap. 2 mercenary guard blockers is good. Yeah, that's a great point. 2 mercenary guard blockers for next game for Surreal. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
Yeah, weirdly enough, it looks like this game, Mirdini probably would have had a better chance if they treated those Bull Centaurs more like war dancers and, like, just, you cannot give them any room to breathe whatsoever.
Yes.
They carried the game so hard.
Yeah, they're crazy. The Chorfs had 60% armor. Terrible injuries. Really good GFIs, though, but most of those were on the Bull Centaurs, who you stopped running with anyways.
The Bull Centaur pickups are...
the pickups were crazy.
And one
that was a very good game. Very like, honestly, that was like intense from the get-go. Started the game off with a kill, started the game off with the Apo dead.
Reminds me, I need a caster for my own match on Sunday.
if I get the chance, I'll cast it for you.
It's on the Google Docs.
Yeah, it's on the
Google
Google Doc.
Drive.
I gotta make sure that I don't got any classwork to do myself though.
Yeah. Oh
Let's-
man, what a game! 1-3 in favor of Chorfs. The new, you know what? A lot of people were skeptical that this would just be a bash fest, and it was. But turns out Chorfs are the other Agi team that made it into the playoffs. Who would have guessed it?
You know, Mongoose actually goes by the theory that in every game, one team will be more like an agility team, and the other team will be more like a bash team. Turns out that game, the Chorfs were the agility team.
Never in a million years would I have expected this. Oh man. What is the next playoff match at this point?
I believe the next playoff match is in 2 days.
That is, yeah, the 29th. I believe that is.
Yeah, the Sean Bean Sluggos versus Champions of Archaon.
Yeah.
Noon
Slug on Neck.
UTC.
Yeah, Slug on Neck versus Hedgeduck Split. Rooting for the Humies there because Hedgeduck killed one of my Nurgle warriors.
It's a good reason.
That and if the Humies win, I don't have to deal with more. I don't have to deal with as much bash if I win. And on Sunday we have my match versus Jeff Cubed, who I consider to be the best elf player in minors. Based off the assumption of when I played him in PSPU, and we tied. So it'll be an interesting game. Got a couple of tricks up my sleeve, and I'm ready to bust out.
With that being said, I'm going to transition into looking at a game for my weekly rookie spotlight. You're welcome to either stay for that. You're welcome to skedaddle as you wish.
Oh, what is the game?
I'm going to be looking at a replay from the main league. I'm looking at a Norse game just because it had a lot of good basics to cover.
Okay. All right. I will head off for now because I do need to work on some stuff and also eat lunch because lunch is important. Remember, if you play Blood Bowl, remember to eat so you grow big and strong and roll more stand-ups. Okay, it's been a pleasure being on stream and co-casting. I will see the rest of you later.
Thanks so much for joining, Coconut. It was a lot of fun. You have some good lunch.
Yep.
That was great. Coconut was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Am I doing the whole game? I think I'm doing the whole game. We'll see. See if I can find the match. Not seeing it quite yet. Did I get the right replay? Did I get it in the folder? Maybe not. So we can come over here. Do that. As always, I've failed to do it properly. Yep, okay, now I have the match. Now I need to restart Blood Bowl again. That really was a great game. I loved it. Mirdini, that was that rough loss. Rough loss. Yeah, starting off with the deaths there didn't help, did it? The no reroll pickups, pretty hard. Honestly, the scatter at the end of the first half, just horrid.
There's a
Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. I forgot to turn it back on. Whoops. But as I was saying, my pen tool's not working. Have to restart the app, but we're only looking at the one game. So I'm not going to bother fixing it. Not many games to look at. Minors is done, so there's no games from there. College coaches didn't really have any games to look at that they wanted me to look at, I don't think. And I've had a rough week, feeling a little under the weather, so we're just gonna do the one game and call it. Big foul coming in on a nice claw mighty blow. Norse doing their thing of trying to snowball off of removals. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. It's just my asthma's getting me a little bit. And it's 12 players to 11. Chaos already down 1. Frenzy getting punished, maybe? No, because that's a Strength 6 Minotaur, which is terrifying. I remember now. Yeti goes to take a nap. This Minotaur needs block. This Minotaur needs tentacles. But not before I face this team. What rules does the star player have? Oh, that's Cheney. He is a werewolf. He's got wrestle, catch, and regen. But he's strength 4, wrestle, catch. He's a really solid piece. He's like one of the go-tos for Necromantic, for Norse. Anyone that can induce him, you take him because he's just so efficient cash-wise and stat-wise. More files coming in for the Norse because you got a snowball as Norse. And the Norse actually did amazing considering that both of their berserkers were out this week. Here we see them going off to the sideline, trying to draw the chaos over here. Norse excel at sideline fights because that opens. They have a lot more surf potential with their frenzy. Usually they have even more than they do now because they have 2 berserkers. And they got a wizard and a bribe, so that's why they're fouling so aggressively. Because they can afford to. Here we see, you gotta always protect the ball first. Protect the ball. Good removal. Honestly, the Strength 5 Tentacles Warrior is probably the scariest piece on the team. And it's already been KO'd. Now you're just trying to get rid of the guard. Keep fouling aggressively until you lose your bribe. Wow, an animal saving the day a little bit. Yeah, Norse are down. Just 1 KO to 4. They're doing a great job at accelerating their lead. And this is just kind of showing what happens when you give up a block. Every block has a potential KO, potential armor break. Even against non-mighty blows, the Norse are just getting ahead just because they've got a lot of blocks developed. Snowball, you say? Like the winter thing? Because they're Norse? Ha ha! Dunk. Dunk. Now, that player's getting fouled 100% of the time. But yeah, Shadora is a terrifying coach. Trying to set up a foul on the big guy. Gets the foul on the big guy. Really good foul. Nice 5+ with Dirty Player. Does not get a removal, but it was a good foul. Especially because you can continue fouling it. And in a solid position, able to hand off to the Ulf with Blodge, try to get him to guard, or Mighty Blow. Very good, very good. Great reroll because you're allowed to. So that you can get another foul on the Minotaur with Strength 6. Another bit of nada. And this is a very intimidating position for the Norse. Chaos only have 5 players on the pitch. They're at risk of having very little come back. Norse still have a wizard. Still have the bribe. Cannot make the menu close. Another claw hit. Chaos are just trying to protect their asset. Another big hit comes in. Gets the run up. And that's how you use a bribe. Giving up another hit on your goat to take a hit on the Norse. Norse have a reroll. They're able to greed hits with block. Just a little bit. Especially with Dauntless. And honestly, this is one of those situations where with 6 KOs, not scoring isn't the end of the world, because that removes a KO roll. But you don't hit with the loner. And then the unthinkable happens. Those KOs come back. All but one of those come back. This is just some blocks. Just skim through those. And then the last KO comes back. So that the massive advantage the Norse bought themselves has all been done away with. When does Armor 7 become AV 7? That's the same thing. Are you saying like the Norse keep getting hit and they're not being removed? Yeah, yeah. And this is looking very good for the Chaos to be able to at least equalize. And they're going to get 4 Mighty Blow hits potentially on the line. Yep. There's 1 bell. Wild Animal fails. A little disappointing. And I love tentacles, how they look on players. Just squiggly wiggly. Then on the trolls, you just get like towering plumes of tentacles. You know, I agree with you, Glove. They look like the wacky wavy inflatable balloon man. And I think the dirty player is niggled, and that's why this foul is gone for. No, just regular foul. Get some aggressive basing, use your guard advantage, use your mighty blow, get in position. Here though, this warrior's probably just gonna get punched. Yep. Gets blitz, but could have been a freer punch. It's in position to get fouled though. The Chaos conceded a little bit of space on their left, all right, but not. They couldn't really contest the space anyways. A lot of their strength was already on the left side. But being forced into the sideline against Norse is not where you want to be. Good foul. 7+ with dirty player is very good odds of removal. Wild Animal failed on the blitz. Really slows down the advance of the Chaos. Taking a foul against Cheney. Cheney does not have an Apo. So if you can remove him, it's wonderful. Which, he got removed, and his regen failed. So Cheney's gone. Very good foul. That goat is definitely in surf position. But double skull into double pal, kind of forced to keep it on the pitch now. Chaos Warriors in surf position though. And this is why Norse like to play on the sidelines. Because usually that's a serf. Majority of the time, that's a serf. And if you had jugs there, that's also a serf. Very aggressive, fouling with dirty players. Is there a counter serf now? I believe so. But it's actually a little harder to get the counter serf without giving up much. Especially because this Minotaur is based. So this was actually really well done by Shador's part. Basing the Minotaur so it doesn't get this serf. Unless you're talking about someone right here could have been served. For sure. And this is, I think, a slight mistake on the part of the Minotaur. It exposes you a little bit to the runner hit. Because this is Dauntless, and it's not too hard to get extra assist here. And this is where we get to see a bit of fun with a wizard retrieval play. Now, if you are not spotting how this is going, it's relying on a little bit of dice. You need a 1 die, and you need the runner to be able to do a dodge. But the ball is based. Wild animal failures have been screwing everybody. Dodge works. And if that dodge wasn't snakes, the runner was able to go pick up the ball. Apo to make sure that they're still on the field. Even though it was just a KO, the runner is important to the Norse game plan. So there are times where you power Apo the KO, as seen here. But do be aware, it does come with risk, especially against like 4 Mighty Blow as AV7. Yeti takes another nap. Then pretty soon we're going to be getting to the part that I was really excited to see. Didn't want to be missing that player for the next game. Makes sense to Apo it a little bit, especially this late in the game. The fact that both players got the bribe made the fouling game interesting again. And this should free up the player. Something, turn ordering, bring your player down, screen off. Well done. There you go, 3-die blocks with block R3+. That's why big guys really want to get their block, they really want to get their stand firm. Remove the downsides on basing with the big guy. Bunk. Is Dirty Player Goat in scoring range? I'm pretty sure, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Double GFI scoring range. Punch him. You stay. Keep the screen. He's tagged by Chaos Warrior and the Minotaur. And then double GFI for the tie. And now we're going to see something very impressive. The Norse are going to set up for one turn and demonstrate how important it is to learn one-turn setups. It's right here. Chaos is setting up for anti-one turn, in which case they should have separated their beastmen. For those looking for it, this Wolf is just, this is the setup they have. Gotta reroll it in order to keep the one-turner alive. That's one push on the movement 7. That's 2 pushes. And now, Norse are creating a funnel to develop 2 more pushes. And 3 dice. Then click ball, click end zone. So with most of a team and 2 frenzy players, they're able to score on the movement 7. And I believe with 3 frenzy, you're able to score on movement 6. Do you only need 2 frenzy for movement 6? You might be able to 2-turn with only one turn with only 2 frenzy. I think you're probably correct. Because actually, yeah, you're right. Because you're able to do it with 2 Troll Slayers. Yeah, I just wanted to show that game because I just thought it was really impressive. Getting a 7-man advantage, losing the entirety of it, and then winning off the 1-turn touchdown. But I'm pretty out of steam now. So I'm close down the stream. We're gonna find somebody to send us over to real quick. Let's see who's online at the moment. Go over to Crystal Hunter. Actually, Trunk is streaming. We'll go over to Trunk. So, start up a raid. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Watching a quick Norse game with me. Watching the cast with me and Coconut. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to catch y'all over on Trunk's screen. Have a good one.